Let's make art. Let's learn how to draw a sphere together. To draw along with this video, you will need a pencil, 2 sheets of drawing paper, a scrap of drawing paper, and an eraser. Here are some extra things that are helpful if you have them. A scrap of smooth paper, like tracing paper or wax paper, a blending stump, a scrap of sandpaper, and a compass. Now let's get started. A sphere is a round, 3-dimensional form. An artist creates a sphere by adding value to a circle. Value shows how dark or light something is. Let's draw a value scale to learn about value. Grab your pencil and paper and rest your hand on a scrap of smooth paper to keep your drawing tidy. Draw a rectangle and separate it into 4 parts. Leave the first part white. This is the lightest value. Next, fill in the second part, pressing as lightly as you can with your pencil. This is a light value. Now fill in the third part. Press a little harder with your pencil so it looks a little bit darker. This is a medium value. In the last part, press even harder with your pencil to fill it in. This is a dark value. This value scale is complete. Now let's see how an artist uses values to create a sphere. The first part of drawing a sphere is the circle. Next, an artist uses an X to show the light source. The light source is like an imaginary light shining on the sphere. Now let's see where the different values will go. First, let's look at the core shadow. It is the part of the sphere that does not have any light shining on it, so it is a dark value. The sphere also has a cast shadow. This is the space on the floor that doesn't have any light shining on it because the sphere is blocking the light source. It is a dark value. Next is the midtone. It has a little bit of the light source shining on it, so it is a medium value. The part of the sphere nearest the light source is called the highlight. It will have the lightest value. Finally, the sphere has a reflected highlight. It is at the edge of the core shadow, farthest from the light source. It is a reflection of light bouncing off the floor and back onto the sphere. It has a light value. Now that you know the parts of a sphere, let's practice drawing one. First, draw the circle. You can sketch it on your own, use a compass, or trace a circle. Next, put an X to show your light source. Now, lightly sketch some areas for value. Draw a curve to show the edge of the midtone. Then, add a curve to show where the core shadow will go. Next, draw the outline of the cast shadow. Fill in the space for the core shadow. use a lot of pressure with your pencil so that the value is dark. Use the same dark value to fill in the cast shadow. Next, use a lighter pressure to fill in the midtone. It has a medium value, which will look lighter than the core shadow. Now for a little artist's trick. This is a blending stump. It smooths out the edges of the values. Use a little bit of tissue, a napkin, or even your finger if you don't have a blending stump. Start blending at the edge of the midtone. Use soft pressure to blend the edge of the midtone into the highlight area. This will add a little bit of a lighter value in the highlight area. Next, move to the edge of the core shadow. Use soft pressure here, too, to blend the darker value of the core shadow into the lighter value of the midtone. If you'd like to soften your cast shadow, you can use the blending stump gently on it as well. If you notice that your blending stump is getting dirty and muddying up your drawing, you can rub it on a piece of sandpaper to freshen it up. Next, get your eraser ready. Make sure your eraser tip is clean by rubbing it on a clean piece of drawing paper. Go to the part of the sphere that is closest to the light source and erase away a little oval to brighten it up and create the highlight. Next, go to the side of the sphere farthest away from the light source. Gently use the eraser to create a curve of reflected highlight at the edge of the core shadow. If you'd like the sphere to look like it is sitting on the floor, you can add a horizon line in the background to show where the wall meets the floor. Now give yourself a thumbs up. You just drew and shaded a sphere. Shading a sphere is a bit tricky at first, but with practice, it gets easier and easier. Give it another go and then teach it to someone else. Who can you teach to draw a sphere? Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more art videos.